16 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Garda here at Trentino. MX2 Race One, it was Tom Vial who crossed the Fox whole shot line for the 18th time this season, but it was his teammate Rennie Hoffer who rounded out turn 2 at the head of the field. Bastien Baudin was second, Vial third. Jargo Geerts was in 4th place. Maxime Renaux about 7th position, but he was quickly making ground, and he was up into 4th with that pass on Vial. But then, just after that, Baudin and Jargo Geerts both fell on the first downhill. Geerts would eventually come back to 13th. Meanwhile, Ruben Fernandez on a charge, eventually getting through to 3rd place with some decent passing in the process. Jed Beaton found his way past Andrea Adamo. That moved him into 5th. That's where he would stay. Fernandez wasn't done. His 3rd place pass came with that move on Vial, but it was Rennie Hoffer for his 2nd race win of the year. Maxime Renaux 2nd, Fernandez 3rd, Vial and Beaton your top 5. MX2 Race 2, and with Jargo Geerts finishing 13th in Race 1, it meant that his teammate Maxime Renaux now had a 101-point lead going into the final race of the day. He emerged 2nd, coming out of the turn behind Tom Vial, who crossed the foxhole shot line for the 19th time. It also meant that if Renaux beat both those guys, he would emerge as world champion. Jargo Geerts went out, though, on lap 2. Tom Vial sensed an opportunity that Renaux was charging on lap 5. Renaux found his way into the lead. He just needed to keep a cool head. And from a bad start, Rennie Hoffer eventually carved his way from 18th to 8th. Mikkel Harup up the inside of Thibaut Beneston to move into 6th place. He eventually went on to finish 5th. Ruben Fernandez, another 3rd place finish for him, this time with 4 laps to go. He found his way past the number 74 of Kai de Wolf. And Wilson Todd also found his way past the young Dutch sensation to move into 4th for his best race finish. But Maxime Renaux crossed the line to take his 9th race win, his 6th Grand Prix victory, and with it, the 2021 FIM Motocross World Championship in the MX2 category. Vial crossed the line 2nd ahead of Fernandez. The overall classification then, Maxime Renaux going 2-1 to take the overall. Vial 2nd, Fernandez 3rd. Maxime Renaux confirmed as world champion. Vial now up to 2nd. Jargo Geerts now down in 3rd, 16 points behind the Frenchman. But it's Maxime Renaux who stood on the top step of the podium. He swapped the red plate for the gold plate, and he's done it with 2 rounds to go.
It means so much for me, you know. I've been working so hard for that, and have been so far, so deep and so low, you know, and came back like coming back like that. It's such an emotion, and you know, like winning the championship with a race win and with a GP win, it's just a dream day, you know. So yeah, I just want to thank my team, thanks my parents and everyone for all the effort they put into that, and yeah.
MXGP Race One, and it was Jeremy Seewer who crossed the foxhole shot line for the 2nd time this year. Closely followed by his teammate Glenn Koldenoff, Jorge Prado, Romain Fevre, Jeffrey Hurlings and Tony Cairoli. Don't forget, there were 3 points separating 3 riders at the top of the championship with 3 rounds to go coming into the first race. Fevre down the inside of Geiser. Hurlings was just behind them. Seewer continued to lead. He fell. He picked himself up, though, but resumed at the top of the field. Romain Fevre found his way past Glenn Koldenoff to move into 3rd, and then Prado, top of his screen, into 2nd. Meanwhile, behind them, Jeffrey Hurlings found his way past Tim Geiser. The battle for the championship definitely heating up. Hurlings then went around the outside of Prado to move into 3rd place. That's where he would stay. On the final lap, closing in on Jeremy Seewer, Romain Fevre crashed out spectacularly, but he did finish in 2nd. The win for the 11th time in his career belonged to Jeremy Seewer. Romain Fevre was 2nd, Hurlings 3rd, Geiser 4th, Cairoli was 5th. MXGP Race 2, this time it was back to the Fox whole shot business for Jorge Prado. Crossed the line for the 15th time this season, closely followed by Cairoli. Geiser, Hurlings, Fevre buried mid-pack, but he put in a fantastic opening lap, but it was Prado who led early on. Geiser then split the two KTMs. He found his way past Cairoli and immediately into the lead with this move on Prado. Jeffrey Hurlings then found his way past the Spaniard to move into second position. And as he was closing in on Tim Geiser, guess what happened? As Febvre moved past Siwa, Hurlings launched himself down the track from second into seventh. Jeremy Siwa then found his way into second with this move around the outside of Jorge Prado. That's where he stayed. Hurlings was back on the charge, found his way past Cairoli, got onto the rear wheel of Romain Febvre. Eventually found his way past Prado. Jeremy Siwa stalled whilst leading in that second position. Jeffrey Hurlings, though, massive crash again at the halfway point, this time whilst in fourth. He fell back to 10th, would eventually get back to fourth. He passed Prado and then Cairoli in the final corner, but it was Geiser who won the race. Jeremy Siwa second, won the Grand Prix. Romain Febvre crossed the line in third, and he became the new championship leader. Jeremy Siwa won the overall Grand Prix, though. It's his 7th Grand Prix victory, his 40th career podium. Geiser second, Febvre third. 3 points still separate the top three in the championship, but it's Febvre now who holds the red plate for Kawasaki. Geiser second, Hurlings third. That's the first time since 2014 that a red plate has been on the front of a Kawasaki in MXGP.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I had some trouble also. I had a small tip over first moto. I stalled the bike in the second moto. The first few laps were dramatic. Like, first I dropped 3 positions, then I gained 4. So it was crazy racing, but, you know, to win a GP is just something, you know, this was my dream as a kid.